Look at Satch. Are you awake or asleep?
I'm awake.
He
looks asleep.
I'm awake.
He doesn't even look awake. Welcome to the podcast, everybody. Well, I say welcome to the podcast, Kedge. I don't know if Satch is here. Bro, honestly, this is not.
I can't even tell if his eyes are open.
Yeah,
I'm here.
His eyes are swollen up. It's like he's been in 10 rounds with Tyson.
Right.
Or not Tyson, because he wouldn't have hit you.
Yeah. He's gone.
I'm here.
Okay, just so we know, just so we can now justify it, Satch, why you are.
Wait.
There you go. Is that you with your eyes open? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
doesn't really work for for the audience who are listening. But anyway.
Yeah, but and I love the fact you opened your mouth with it. Why can't you open your eyes without moving your mouth? He opened his mouth. His eyes. Maybe that's not the only thing that opened up. We will never know.
Exactly.
But you only just got off the flight. When, Satch?
I got off the flight. When was it? It was about just coming up to lunchtime, about 11:45ish.
Today.
Did today. Left. Oh God. Do you know you forget when you haven't travelled in so long how far away things are?
Here we go.
Just like,
what's far?
Yeah, like obviously, like
what's far, Satch?
You know, obviously, me flying to Dubai is quite normal. Like 6-7 hours on a plane. Cool.
Lovely. Doable.
Going to India is fine. From Dubai is another 3 hours. Fine. Bro, this is another 7 hours from Dubai. I had to do that flight twice.
Wow.
14 hours. 13, 14 hours? What's that?
Yeah.
Right. Each way.
So
you've flown for like the best part of 26, a whole day and then some.
And that's
in a long weekend.
It feels like, when because I think the last podcast was at your house, Tommy, your new house.
I think
last week.
Honestly, because
yes, it was.
It doesn't feel like it was last week. Do you know what I mean? So much has happened since then.
Okay.
Because that was on that Monday or Tuesday night.
Yeah. And then I left.
You left 2 days later. And of course that night you were DJing. We went out and all that as well.
Oh yeah.
That feels like ages ago as well.
That feels like ages. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Well, welcome back and welcome everybody to
Hello.
Brown. And also, but you know what? Sorry, on that note, look what you've come back to, Satch.
Satch, what have you brought?
What was the weather? What was the weather when you left? It would probably feel like this morning, last night, when you left Thailand.
Yeah.
What was the temperature?
So yesterday was the first sort of day I had off. Like, I was working the whole time, but on the Monday, my flight wasn't until midnight at night. So I had the whole day exploring.
Nice.
And sort of being out and about, in the daytime yesterday, it was about 34, 33, 34, but it was just nice, pleasant. Then landed here literally 24 hours later and it was bloody 3 degrees. And I was just we've gone down 30 degrees straight away.
We woke up to snow. I wasn't expecting it. Kedge, normally you give us the little, there's a blizzard coming.
Yeah.
There was nothing like that.
No, according to the radars and all the satellite dishes that are attached to my gaff, the only thing that was coming through.
Mate, the only dish attached to your gaff is Dogra.
I could do with a dish of Dogra right now. But there was murmurings. There was murmurings of like slush, sleet, maybe on the sort of the edges of like sort of North London, like past sort of Watford, St Albans, Potter's Bar, around them areas. Yeah. And that was it. And I thought, well, you know what that means? By the time it comes down to us and to you guys, it's just slush and it's rain. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So no one was worried. There was no gritting, like normally it's in the family WhatsApp group, get ready because it could be coming, all of that, there's a bit of excitement, nothing. Yeah. So, I think even the family.
You weren't getting ready to take it up the gritter.
No, absolutely.
You had no knowledge of
the gritters were parked. Yeah. And then this morning because obviously I wake up early. So I was working from home today. Thank God.
Lucky you.
I know. And this morning I just a little bit. I thought, let me have a look out the window, and it was like a little bit of what looked like.
Hold on, is that a thought that comes into your head often?
Yeah, well, because I hadn't.
Yeah, but look out the window.
Because I hadn't. Do you know what I mean? I was just in my flow of just working, and I thought I haven't had a real look. I hadn't really opened up the blind, so I opened up the blind. I thought, well, no, because I was in the living room. The light was on. I was, I like to keep the blind down.
Isn't that the first thing? Isn't that the first thing you do when you wake up? Open up your house.
You're supposed to I thought you'd be all for the health benefits of that. You've got to let natural light
Oh yeah, when there is natural light, but when we're living in the cave, which is England now for the next 8 months, do you know what I mean? It doesn't really make a difference. So
even then, do you know what? The curtains are opening or whatever.
Okay. All right. Well, I was just a little bit, in the living room. I was a little bit.
Did you open any curtains in Thailand, Satch? Did you open any curtains, or was it?
I didn't open. No, actually, I was opening curtains in my room.
Yeah?
Actually, yeah.
Hey, in your room. Hey. In your room.
Yeah. And it was a bit of a weird. It was one of them wraparound ones.
Oh wow, big one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big.
And do you know what I did? Do you know what I did? It's funny we talk about curtains. I flipping broke the pole on it.
Of course you did.
You broke your pole in those curtains.
Do you know the dundo that's attached?
Yeah.
I was yanking it.
You yanked the dundo.
Yanked it, came straight off.
Right. Well, and the moral of the story is don't yank the dundo.
I had to get housekeeping to come put it back on.
Yeah. So you get some housekeeping to reattach your dundo, so the curtains could be flat back in place.
It was like fancy. It was like fancy
heavy hand.
Curtains. Fancy
heavy
curtains.
hand. But yeah, no. So the snow came in, and then by 7 o'clock, we were under. It was settling, and it was it was big chunks of snow. Did you notice that?
Yeah,
What time was it snowing then?
So I took the kids to school we leave the house at 7:40.
Right.
From 7 a.m. From 7
a.m. onwards, right? So we open the door. We're at my mum and dad's. Obviously, as you know, we're living here until we get our house ready and up to scratch for the next 6 years.
This time frame just keeps going higher and higher every week.
Yeah, exactly. And then but genuinely, the boys were so excited. Like, oh, snow, to the extent that but I'd slept well. I was in a good mood, so I nearly sort of wanted to say, chill, boys. It's just snow. But I thought,
don't be like that.
No, I know. But then I thought, let them have their moment. But then we got in the car, and obviously they're looking out the window. They're opening the window. They're popping their head out the window because you got to think. Logan's 7, Milo's 12. Milo's probably only seen snow 3 times, 4 maybe. Logan once, but no. Logan's not really seen it snow down on him. Like it was.
No, he must have in lockdown.
Yeah, did it? Was there a?
Yeah, it was a massive snow down in lockdown.
But then in lockdown 3-4 years ago, you think Logan would have been 3 or 4?
Oh,
yeah, he would have remembered.
I don't know how much he remembers, but this one he was buzzing over. But as I was driving along, I went, "Boys, it's getting thicker because those chunks, as you just put it, were hitting the windscreen." Can I just share this? This is ridiculous, and I'm always in danger of thinking the wrong things, saying the wrong things, the way my bloody mind works. But we park up. Milo jumps out and he goes in his own entrance into the school, and Logan has to walk around because he's in the junior bit. Yeah. So me and Logan are walking along, and actually I posted it on my Instagram story for those who might have seen it, of just like Logan like walking on with his mouth open, and he's like
very cute
snowflakes and all that kind of stuff. And there's people all around us, and they're doing it. And this mum, sorry, this is so wrong, and if you want to delete this, I'll understand, but I'm just going to say it anyway.
Say it.
This mum is there with her kid, and everyone's kind of a bit of a rush because obviously it's kind of snowy, slushy, like you said, right? And everyone's carrying bags and kit bags and sport bags.
A lot of traffic.
And people are all trying to get as close as they can to the school, and those who might have walked are now driving because of the weather. So it's all of that was going on. So it's all a bit hectic. And then there's a mum goes, "Oh, Mr. Snowy's coming out to play." And I thought, I've not really heard that phrase, Mr. I thought, like they say, Mr. Like Mr. Sun. What do they call it when the sun has got his hat on? Like the Mr. Sunshine, whatever.
Yeah.
She goes, "Oh, Mr. Snowy," and there was another kid walking along with his mouth open, and he goes, "Mummy, I want Mr. Snowy to come in my mouth, but he keeps coming on my face." Bruv,
right.
Every parent around knew exactly what had just been said, right?
Yeah.
I look around, but I'm like, I just went, ah! like annoyed. Like,
that's brilliant. That is brilliant.
But the fact that kid goes, "Come on, Mr. Snowy, come in my mouth, not on my face."
Yeah, and but Tommy's being like, he's just you. That's just you.
No. What is me then? What is just me?
It's just you. As a kid,
I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
As a kid, that's just he's very innocent and he just wants Mr. Snowy to.
He's saying it for the rude reason, but like all. No,
but like it's just your mind has just gone straight to that.
No, but where else can it go? Where else can it go?
So, okay, does that make you wrong?
It can go in. What do you mean? No, it don't make you wrong. It just means that
funny though, isn't it?
It's funny.
It's the thing that Michael Barrymore absolutely made a living out of. Do you remember when he used to chat to kids?
Yeah.
Dude, he also
what was that show called?
Yeah.
Well, no, it was.
I can't remember the name of that show.
I always see clips of it because basically Michael Barrymore's recently.
I'm thinking of Strike It Lucky, but he didn't have the kids.
No. He talks to the kids and the families. And
yeah. I can't remember the name of that show.
Is it not called Kids Say the Funniest Things or something like that?
Something like that, because I remember that clip when he's chatting to this kid and he's talking about his mum and how she walks around with no panties on and stuff like that. It's hilarious.
Yeah, but also those clips Barrymore has said on TikTok have made him famous again amongst a new generation.
Oh, mate, he is so big on TikTok.
Was struggled after that whole incident at his house with that.
But do you know what, Tommy? I'll give your kids a bit of a pass with the old snow stuff because they're kids. Why are grown ass people posting pictures of snow on Instagram and Facebook?
I'm gonna add you to our family WhatsApp group because we had about 30 pictures of snow from outside people's windows.
Why are people doing this? We know what snow looks like. It's cool.
My mum even went as far as getting the scraper out and then posed with the scraper outside on the car and got my dad to take a photo and then sent it to all the family members in India.
Honestly,
legendary. And you know what? And I haven't actually spoken to my mum about this yet, but it made me laugh because she's scraping the bonnet. I was like, Mum, you did the boo-boo there. Like, why you got the scraper on the bonnet of the car?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But obviously, the whole thing was just rigged for people in India. I love that. And what I love about that is the 10-10 creativity that they went to. You know, the effort to show the people in India it's snowing.
But okay, so is that not a full circle thing? You know, when we just said Satch goes, I'll give your kids a pass.
Yeah.
Can you not give older people?
Oh, you have to because and also you don't know. This might be the last time that you see snow in your life.
Oh God, he's just gone there. Why would you say such a thing?
No. But you know what I mean. Enjoy the moment, and actually, you know what? By the way,
enjoy the moment. It's the last bit of snow you're getting because you're gonna die in the summer. What's that about?
No, what I wanted to say, the fact is. And a little bit of snow fact here is what do you think the earliest snow that we ever had in the year? Yeah.
I'll go October.
September. I think you can get end of September.
You think we've had snow in September, Tommy?
Oh, I thought you knew the fact. I thought you knew the answer. So I thought you said.
No, I know the answer.
Oh.
Go on, what is it?
Well, I can now confirm, guys.
Come on, Michael Fish.
Yeah, Michael Fish is here. Previously, the earliest we've ever had snow in the UK.
Kipper Kedge, go on.
24th of November.
Oh, wow.
So we've beaten the record. So today is the earliest we've ever had snow in England, and we're going to be fine because Trump is going to save us from all the greenhouse pollution and everything because he doesn't believe in any of that on the effects.
Yeah.
So we're going to be fine.
So, by the way, okay, so this might bring us nicely round to the Jake Paul fight, and I want to Jake Paul Tyson fight because at the end of the fight, and this is what I'm hearing this phrase a lot, which links to Trump. Before we get to talking about the fight, Jake Paul said at the end of the fight, "This is the truth era. That's where we're living. We're living in the truth."
Oh
era.
Yeah, this is the truth era.
Yeah, the truth era. The truth era. So, just it's kind of early predictions on the truth era because we've been living in the era of you can't say this, you can't say that. They're upset. He's upset. She's upset. Look, we were victims of the you can't say that and all this and whatever else, right? So, not victims, you know. We were on the receiving end. No, we're only victims if we want to be victims, and we're not. So, but in that respect, this whole truth they're saying now, everything about the greenhouse, all that's all BS.
Climate change.
Yeah. Things that are all the things that we think are problems in the world are all propaganda. You know, China are behind it, Russia's behind. You're going to find out it's all a big scam. We're being sold a certain agenda. Kids are being told to say certain things at school. P Diddy, all these power circles of people that work in certain ways with certain agendas. So I don't know. Do you think are we about to just blow the lid on a load of bullshit that's been going on?
I don't think so.
Maybe I don't know. Let's see what happens.
I think we're about to learn a lot about
It's funny. So if they're saying it's the truth era, then what was it? Was it the BS era that we were?
Yeah, well,
but obviously
we didn't know. We didn't know it was a BS, but it's basically people on agendas and all that. So, well, like you said, we'll see. So that's what Jake Paul kind of goes.
Well, Jake Paul. It's pretty rich of Jake Paul to start banging on about being in the truth era, because I tell you what, if you looked at that fight that they were in, right? Firstly, Netflix. I mean, Netflix need to hire some Indians, right? Because they absolutely Netflix didn't have an idea and not an iota of a clue how to deal with that many millions of people streaming one live event at the same time. They messed it up completely. It was buffering.
How? In what sense?
It was buffering. It was freezing. It didn't work, right? So many people.
What kind of cracked version of Netflix have you got?
Did you watch it? Did you watch it live? Did you watch it at 4 a.m.?
I woke up for a little bit just to switch it on, just to sort of say I've been there, done it, but I couldn't be bothered to watch the whole thing.
What?
No.
You didn't. Of course you didn't. Kedge, that's not you.
No, because I couldn't.
No, it is. It is because you want to be involved in something that's got nothing to do with you. So I can imagine that. I can imagine you waking up at 4 o'clock just to watch it. But to be fair, if I was in the UK and it was on at 4 o'clock, and I wasn't out working and I was asleep, I don't think I'd have woken up for it.
No, I know, that's what I mean. It was very hard, but basically, I had to go for a bit of a wee, and it just coincided. Oh. I looked at the time and I thought, oh, it's on, whack it on, just so I can say I was part of the moment. But it was buffering for most of it anyway. Yeah. But the thing was, the reason why Netflix need to learn from India is because, India are so used to
a zillion people streaming something at one time.
Yeah, because they put illegally on there. No. Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is India streams so much cricket, right? Live cricket to billions of people, and they can handle it really well. But Netflix, this massive company, couldn't do it. And I just thought, you know what? This is why they need the Indians. They need the Indians to give them some support, learnings on how they do it, because India are very good at streaming on Hotstar and all of this stuff. The cricket to absolutely billions of people.
I'm sorry, but all of that billions of people, most of it's illegal.
Yeah. What? No. They watch a lot of their sport on their phones as well. Don't forget. They over in India.
No. In India, the cricket is on a legit stream, isn't it? Because it's not necessarily on
terrestrial
TV.
I'm telling you now, no one's watching anything legit out there. That is a fact. Yeah. They are watching it on all sorts of this app, that app. Some caca's streaming it from his bedroom.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Streaming what from his bedroom?
That's what I mean. I don't know. It might not be the cricket you're watching, but you see some balls.
But also, has anyone seen that video of when Jake Paul and Tyson are actually fighting, and then basically just shows the amount of times Tyson is there ready to unleash a hook, and then he doesn't. He just pulls away.
I think looking at the whole thing, because I did watch the fight. I was awake. It started when I was in Thailand at 11 o'clock in the morning. So it's perfect. Had brekkie. I went to the event that was on that day experience. Where I was playing a bit of background music at this event. Took my iPad with me, put it on underneath the decks, and I was watching the boxing. Honestly, it was the most boringest thing I've seen in my life. Yeah. It was just do you know, when something's just hyped so much and then, that's the outcome. Yeah. It's like when you try to force it, you know what happens.
Yeah,
you end up breaking the dundo and the curtains. Yeah,
and also, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Like having someone young go and fight a Buddha. I mean, what do you expect is going to happen?
Oh no, you see, that's exactly it. No. See, this is exactly it. You can say that now, right? So at the time, it was like,
No, but I think if Tyson really wanted to lay one on him, he would have.
And I think honestly, Kedge, from looking at it, I think the first round I saw, there was a few times Tyson could have done him, like fully done him.
The guy
then after the first round, it's as if he didn't even.
Open. No, he was always open for a smack in the face. He had no defense.
I don't think there was anything like that. I don't think there was, because people talk about, there's a contract that Tyson can't knock him out in the first round and all that. I don't think that's the case, because I think if that happens, it just takes away from it all. If they've done that, that's ridiculous, and it's going to blow the cover.
It is that.
No,
these YouTubers, all they want to do is just create a bit of hype, and
agree.
And it's nonsense. It's all of it.
I think
nonsense.
So. I think we've got to understand, and us being us, Kedge, we are producers.
Yes,
it's got to go a certain way, because look, at the end of the day now, that could happen again, and everyone will watch it again in a couple of years.
Of course they will. There'll be another fight and they'll watch you again. There'll be another YouTuber who will come along and go, oh, let's do a fight. I'm not being funny. You serious fighter, a serious fighter who's not in it for just the dough, right?
Yeah.
Goes against one of these YouTubers and lands one on his face.
No, exactly. That's why they won't do that. That's why what they do is they fight. It'll be Jake Paul fighting someone who's not a boxer.
Yeah, we'll get in the ring with me then.
For kicking or whatever, like his kicks, whatever. But
get in the ring with you.
Yeah, but in the towards the end of it, it's kind of a little bit sad to see Tyson. He did look wobbly legged. He did look old.
He did 68.
He's nearly 60, bruv. 58.
58.
Yeah, bloody.
He's 58. I mean, what do you expect?
No, exactly. But what we were all holding on to the thought of is that just maybe, because he's Mike Tyson, he's a professional boxer, and he was that ferocious beast back in the day, that he would just stick it to this little kid, and that's what we all wanted. We wanted to just kind of get knocked out. But I tell you now, then we were all gone, well, Tyson's a professional boxer. He's been boxing all his life.
Yeah, I wanted him to, but I wanted him to. I can't stand Jake Paul.
But that's credit to Jake Paul, where he is.
Credit for what?
No, because he's actually a fit, good fighter. He's a decent fighter.
I'm sorry. He didn't beat up a 60-year-old. That's pretty crap, to be honest with you.
And you're right. And he might struggle elsewhere, but he's not a bad boxer. So I think
he's a bad boxer, Tommy.
No, he's a bad boxer. He's not. If he fought a boxer in his prime, like if he went,
if he goes up against Usyk, Usyk is battering him, absolute battering him.
But look, Tyson picked up 30 million, and he's going to go away.
Of course. He picked up 30 million. They wasted everyone's time all around the world watching it because it was a shit show. To be quite honest with you, it's just rubbish.
But actually, if you look at social media and all the Tyson's posts and everything else and what people are saying.
Yeah, they fooled us.
No, it's not that. People are still like, Tyson, you're our hero. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter what happened there. That's bullshit. Which is good.
He would have been our hero regardless of this fight.
No, he's not a hero because he came out and goes, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to knock him out. Bro, you didn't do nothing. So shut up. I'm done with you now. Just stop it. Great. You were a great boxer back then. I get it. But, you gave it the big one as well. I'm going to knock him out. You couldn't beat up a kid who's never boxed before.
Can I slightly switch it up and say that there was something that was quite nice about this day, right? This fight, because you guys are younger than me, so you wouldn't have done this, because I just think I was only just about old enough when Tyson was fighting in the late 80s. So I was like 11, 10, 12, maybe 13 if it was 1990, 13, 14. If it, but
I've seen all of Tyson's fights.
Yeah, but they were late 80s. They were 86, 87.
Yeah, late 80s.
So I would have been 10, 11, 12. And the fights were on early in the morning.
Yeah.
Right? Early, because it was done in LA, whatever. Yeah. And me and my dad used to get up, watch it on ITV or Channel 4 or Transworld, but whatever it was on at that time.
Yeah.
And then we'd record it on the video cassette player. And we watched it. I had a book about Tyson. I was reading about how he punches from his legs, where he gets his strength from, even though he's a shorter fighter. This is how he does it. Me and my dad would talk about boxing. We had boxing gloves at home. We would have boxing matches, me and my dad. And then that morning when the fight was on,
were you beating up a 60-year-old as well?
Yeah. At the time he was a young 40-year-old. You know what I mean? So, I was a 10, 11-year-old. I used to get annoyed because we did used to box in the house, but he used to put the gumball. He used to get the gumball and wrap it around his stomach, and he used to wind me up because I wanted to hit him. And I'm like, I can't get you with the gumball. So I'm like, take the gumball off. And he's like, no, I'm not taking the gumball off. It's gonna hurt. But anyway, so we'd have boxing gloves in the house, and boxing was a big part of it. I read the Muhammad Ali book. We'd watched videotapes on More and all that. Just enjoyed it. I never got into it as a fighter, but enjoyed it. So that morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, weirdly, Logan woke up and Milo woke up.
Ooh.
All right. And I went, boys, don't forget we're at my mum and dad's house. I said, do you want to watch this boxing fight? Because they know about Jake Paul and Logan Paul because of Prime and all that. Yeah. They're like, you're right. So we all got the gumball. My missus woke up as well. All got the gumball, sat on the sofas and put the fight on. And it had finished, but I just said, don't look at the score. I said to my wife, don't Google nothing. Let's just rewind it to the beginning and go for it. And we watched it. And that's why we fast forwarded through the fights through the Indian guy, which we'll come back to in a minute. We need to talk about the Indian fighter at the start, right?
Oh,
Kedge just rolled his eyes, ladies and gentlemen. If your stream just flashed, that was Kedge's eyelashes rubbing up against the screen. And then we're sitting there watching it, and obviously I'm forwarding through the other fights, and we're just catching the results. And the women's fight was actually probably one of the best ones.
Yeah.
And then we get the Tyson fight. Then my dad woke up, and he came and joined us. So it was my dad, me, and my sons watching a Tyson fight.
Nice.
So forget everything. Almost, if I can put aside the dirtiness of the fight, and it was right, and the kind of joke of a battle it turned out to be, just that moment was like, oh man,
nice.
That's a moment in history for me. You know, that's epic. That's like history repeating itself. So that was kind of the best things about it. But can we? And I missed it because I was forwarding through the fight. I missed what that Indian chappie did to the other fighter.
Neeraj Goyat.
Yeah, Gyat. Isn't it
Gyat? Yeah, he beat that Brazilian.
Yeah, but did you see what he did in the corner of the ring?
Well, that's gone viral, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was his trainer, wasn't it?
He humped
that was
him.
his trainer.
He humped him. He humped the other fighter.
In the corner of the while he was, but yeah, he just went up to him and just to give it a little thrust.
Yeah, well, no, it wasn't just a little thrust. It was like honestly, I was even waiting.
I haven't seen the thrust.
For somebody to come. So basically, they're fighting. Then he's punching. That Neeraj guy's fighting the other guy, and the other guy sort of turns and is all of a sudden got he's facing the corner. Right, but he's right in the corner, facing the corner. But Neeraj kind of goes stumbling in behind him because he's now behind him. He then thrusts his hips 3 or 4 times, like he's basically pumping him from behind. Stood up.
That's it. Yeah. It was like a pumpage.
Right. And actually, I'd argue that's harassment. I'd argue
of course it is.
That's not why you're in the ring. You're there to fight. You're not there to be humped by someone.
But he had power, and you know he had some punches.
To be cocky. No, he was trying to be cocky.
Yeah, maybe. But you know what? Can I just say something? I kind of got a little bit excited about that. As in not that. No.
You want some action in the ring?
Yeah, he does. He definitely wants some action in the ring.
India had
by heavyweight.
No, there was an Indian boxer who had a little bit of spark about him. Do you know what I mean? Like the
spark was in his pants.
He was a bit of a, you know, he was a thugger lad, and he's even called out Jake Paul as well for a fight.
But he would, Kedge. That's like me calling out DJ Tiesto. It's the same thing.
I'd come and watch that.
It just doesn't make sense.
It's like me calling out Tiesto.
No. Yeah.
Get it right, Sage.
I would need you to call out DJ Siesta. That's what I want. I didn't have a little lie down before we go out clubbing. But no, bruv, real talk. You know, people always refer to anything Indian to me when they're out and about, particularly if you're with non-Asians. They go, oh yeah, there's an Indian fighter on, you know, or someone messaged me, and some of my mates messaged me and said, oh, look at what your boy's up to, and he was humping in the corner. I'm like, what are you doing? I get be a bit cocky, be a bit cheeky, but you know, like even Jake Paul poked his tongue out at Tyson with like what are you gonna do in the fight? But that was embarrassing, man. You don't.
It was.
It gave me like Prince Nassim Hamed vibes. You know what I mean?
He never humped anyone.
No. It was a bit crap.
Yeah. But anyway,
do you know what the best thing about the whole thing was? Is when Tyson slapped him in the press conference.
Yeah,
I think that was probably the most hype of the whole fight, to be quite honest with you. Rest of it was all pretty shit.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's done. And
do you know what? It's the only people laughing here really is Jake Paul, Tyson, and Netflix. 3 people. Yeah. Everyone else kind of got screwed. Because I'm telling you, the whole world was talking about this fight. Let's be honest. It was. You know, the conversations the day before. I was people, and even on my flight, they were just talking about it, and they were like, "Oh, you know, no, I really think Tyson's going to win because you know he's got that animal in him." And then there's the other person saying, "No, but he's 60 or then you know it's a young man's game." And you know, like people are having full-on debates about it, and I don't think that's kind of happened in sport in a long time. If you know what I mean. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it was a moment where literally everyone could get involved because it was like the old meeting the new.
And his Jake Paul's girlfriend was in the ring at the end of it, and she's a Jat.
Oh, she?
She's Jat. Jat. I've seen her on Instagram now as a follow. It's Jatladam or something like that is her name. But yeah.
Not Punjabi.
Well, she might be. I don't want to rule it out, but she's blonde.
Okay.
But you know, you do get some Punjabi girls that like to dye their hair blonde. So maybe she's one of them. But apparently, can I just quickly? I'm going to throw this in, and someone's going to correct me, and someone's probably going to get lynched by the Punjabi mafia. But there is some connection to the Nordic Jat people and the phrase Jat of landowner Jat that we have. So apparently there's some connect there. But I'm going to stop there before I get myself into more trouble. But there's some sort of connection of those Jats and Jutland. There's something to do with Jutland. There is a Jutland in Nordic countries. But anyway, that's the thing.
From Jutland to Thailand, Satch, come on.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, did you get them? Did you get the walk on your back massage?
Do you know what? I didn't have time. I didn't have time. Do you know, yesterday I had a little bit of a window where I could get a massage. I only had half an hour, and I was like, I need to go. Do you know what I did? I got like a foot massage done because I was just standing for the whole week. So many events just on my feet. And that was the only thing that kind of helped a bit, if you know what I mean.
Was it a good one? I do like a good foot massage. Reflexology.
It was brilliant. Brilliant. She like squeezed certain parts of the bottom of my foot. Pain went away instantly. I was just like, yes, love it.
Yeah, when they know to run, when they go sort of slowly up where your arches are.
Yeah.
They're like, like that. And they do the huddy and they do the toes.
But yeah, gutted I didn't get to go for a massage. But I tell you what, guys, I think this is the most I've ever drunk coconut water. Like, I think I've fallen in love with it again because, you know, that rubbish that comes out of a carton here that we.
No, apparently that's terrible. That's not the real deal.
Can I just say, even for some reason,
this is love drinking that carton coconut thing. It's terrible for you.
It's awful. And you know, like
my parents love it. My parents.
I know, so do mine. My parents get crates of it. No. I think it's like there's an offer on Costco because my parents keep getting crates of it, and I'm like, why do you drink this book?
It's rubbish, and when you actually have it out of a fresh coconut, ice cold, and about 3 big glasses come out of one coconut, you're like, that's the real deal. You know what? And it's like straight away it cools you down. You know, you feel good after it. The one in the bottle over here, I'm just like, why do people even drink it? I mean, it's just naff, isn't it?
Process it.
Super.
But yeah, no, Thailand was really good. I literally, I was working the whole time. And then I had a bit of time, you know, where I had time to sort of go around and stuff. I think I sent you a video once where I went to like the main town bit where all sorts of stuff happened. That was a bit of a shock. God, never been to somewhere like that. I've been Bangkok before.
So I've never been. So when you okay, let's just call it what it is, right? I was when I went to Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah.
With the travel show, and we were doing all these pieces on the Batu caves. It was amazing, actually, and and I imagine Kuala Lumpur is a bit like Bangkok in the way that you go through this area. We were going for it when we were with our camera crew and everything else, and there were just all these. Sorry, I'm just going to say 4'10" girls trying to grab you, trying to pull you into clubs and bars and stuff.
We had
cameras with us as well. That didn't put them off. That made them like, let's go get them. So you're like going, you know, you sort of push them away. Is it like that?
It was exactly like that. There's this area called Bangla Road that is like a walking street that you walk down, and it's just bars and clubs and, you know, all sorts of stuff happening. And it's one of those places. Like, I mean, you know, I've been Bangkok before, so I kind of know what it's about. But I've never been to Phuket side, if you know what I mean. And everyone was just always like, and you know, like for me, I don't like loud noises, and you know, like there's literally
a DJ.
No, but it's like every bar is just blaring music. They even had like one of the clubs which was a Bollywood. They were just playing Bollywood music the whole night, and they still had those the girls dancing like in front and stuff like that. And I was just like, wow, this is weird. And it's just, you know, it's just too noisy. I was just like, I think I put the photo up on my Instagram of I was going to this place, and the amount of people that messaging you back like, Sach, you're going to hate it. And I was like, do you know what? I am going to hate it because this is nowhere that I'll sort of hang out. But it was just good to see because, you know, we don't have stuff like that here. Like it's a bit different.
Nice.
Yeah. And you know what? You got to think that world, because Thailand's outrageous like that. That world is outrageous, going on all the time. That's going on right now. I remember, sorry, it's a bit of a tangent. This is, and maybe a real weird sort of thought, but I think these kind of things. I think when I came back from Jamaica, and it was so amazing, it was so beautiful, and the water and the sand and the sea and the way it was lapping up. And I said to my missus, like, look at this view and all that. And then we came back home. I'm like, that's still going on.
Yeah.
Like in that, let's just call it the simulation. I know it's not, but you know, in the Jamaica simulation, the Jamaica program, that water's still lapping up.
Yeah.
That beach is still there, but yet we've chosen snow and traffic.
Exactly that. And I thought about it like this morning when you know I was on the flight, and I was just like that, you know, that place where I had the massage like yesterday, it was on the beach, and it was like, you know, one of the nicest sort of views that you've ever seen. I'm like, all of that's still going on. And like, you know, went out to go and get some food and stuff. I think things were just so cheap. Like I don't even, you know,
super cheap.
Like, everything was just cheap, and I was just like, we live over here where like a flipping can of Coke's like $5.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
Yep. Absolutely. I think I paid £4 for a Coke Zero in a club a little while ago, and I'm like, £4 for a glass as well, and I'm like, it's not even proper Coke Zero. But and actually somebody else told me about South Africa. Somebody was talking, saying that they just got oh no, that's it, it's my builder who's getting ready to do the house, who's going to South Africa, and I'm like, he obviously knows he's going to earn a lot of money, so
this holiday's on Tommy Sandu.
Yeah. And then and he goes, it's currently something like 34 rand to the pound.
Yeah.
He goes, Tommy, he goes, we went out for a minute. And when I went to South Africa for the travel show again, 20 odd years ago, it was 11 rand to the pound, and you could get a burger for 30 odd rand. So even with a bit of inflation, it's cheaper now. If you go to South Africa now, Cape Town, all that, where it's a bit more safer and all that, obviously, you're living like a don.
Yeah, so like I went out for dinner on the Thursday, got like a green chicken curry, an egg fried rice, a bowl of noodles, and we got like some other bready thing. There was 2 of us.
Yeah.
The whole meal with drinks, the whole meal was like £7 or something. Unbelievable.
Beautiful.
£3.50
and fresh and good.
Fresh,
man.
really good, and dessert and everything. Yeah, honestly, it's unbelievable.
So what's the current exchange rate? How many rands?
It's about 34 rand to the pound. Rand. I'd say rand to the pound, because it sounds like you're talking in Cockney accent.
Yeah.
In a rand a pound.
Just go, yeah. Okay.
Rand a pund. No, that sounds worse.
Oh. That's something else.
Roundabout. But talking of fresh, I was hosting India Fashion Week in London.
Oh no!
Wow.
Just as you said India, by the way, there's I can't go away without having a story of some sort of issue with an issue on the plane, and I've got to say it happened. It happened this morning, and I thought about it, and I was just like, look, I've taken 3 flights already. Nothing's really happened. I think it's going to be the first time I'm going to go back to the Brownload, and they're going to ask me, oh, what was the issue on the plane?
Nothing.
Until we got on at Dubai this morning.
Yeah.
Right.
Got on at Dubai. Wasn't a busy flight. Loads of empty seats all over the place. It was lovely. So I was like, sat at the gate, and I was like, we're going to leave on time. Everyone seems to be here. I think it'll be fine. We're going to go when we should be. Sat on the plane. I dozed off instantly because I, again, haven't slept for days. And I woke up and I looked at my watch, and I was just like, why? I feel like I've been here for a while. Why haven't we left yet? Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, look up in the cabin in front of me, where the next sort of a massive group of Indian people get on the plane.
Yeah.
Desi Indians.
Yeah.
And it was like, so number one, the flight's delayed now because these group of Indians, there was probably about 30 of them, didn't get on the flight. I don't know what they were doing, pissing around in the terminal. Came on, and then they caused such a fuss on the plane. Oh, I don't want to sit over here. I want to sit in that seat. And the plane started taxiing. 4 of them went in the toilets, and it's just like the stewardess was just like, excuse me, like, we're moving, like, you need to sit down. You can't go for a piss now, like, just sit down and get on. And then, like, at one point I saw other Gore in that cabin, because the flight was so empty, move away from them. They didn't go to different parts. And you know what? I just sat there and thought, this is why they hate us. This is why they hate us.
No, those Gordy will go away and they'll go.
We're all the same. I'm one of them. I'm one of them.
Yeah, but you need to then make your connection with the Gordy and go, look, we're not all like that. That's just
honestly
them.
And I just sat there in disbelief. And God, these guys were like jungly. So like at one point, again, I fell asleep, woke up, and you know how like a toilet door folds in half to open? Yeah. It doesn't. Yeah. It's not like a push or pull kind of thing. Yeah. So like now this one geezer's gone up to the door, and you got to push in a certain way, so it folds, isn't it?
Yeah, you're hitting in the middle.
Pushing it, aggressively pushing it. And he didn't think for a second that maybe someone was in there and it's locked.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And he just kept on pushing it. And literally, I think someone got out of their seat and said, can you not see that like the toilet's locked? Like, what were you doing? Like, are you feeling all right?
Yeah.
But it was like aggressively trying to get in. And I was just like, how and where? Like, where did these people come from? And, it is sad, but there were Desis.
You're right. So right. So I'm in that on the Desi connection. I'm doing India Fashion Week in London. So this is basically.
I bet you came across them as well.
Bro, first and foremost, it's 10 years of India Fashion Week in London. This event's huge event. It's televised across India. They got top designers. They got all these kind of. They got runway, catwalk, fashion show, and I'm just fortunate the people that are linked to it in the UK, because it's India Fashion Week London, they know me and they like me. And actually it was the guys that I'm working with, Platinum Group, they brought Shah Rukh over like 10, actually it was 10 years ago. They told me that was 2014 that he came for the Slam Tour. So I hosted that and all that. So I've got a good relationship.
Why is it Indian Fashion Week in London though?
No, you know how they do, like, you know, they'll also have Indian Fashion Week like Paris, Milan. They'll just take their fashions and their styles to those cities. And like Paris Fashion Week will hit Mumbai, and you know,
it's global, yeah. It's global, yeah.
It's global fashion exchange. It's just like, let's showcase our stuff, you showcase your stuff, and And now it's more fusion than ever and all that kind of stuff. So there's lots more crossover in the fashion world and sustainability and ethical manufacturing and all that. But I feel like a bit of an idiot. I can say this here, right? I'm obviously going to take the money and take the booking, right? But they
for 10 years.
I'm like, but you know, you're like, I'm a, you know, look, I'm not being insecure about this. It's not like I'm a bald old man. I don't have any fashion connections. I don't ever post anything about my clothes. I buy clothes when they're on sale. I like going to sales. That's what I like. Right. I like outlet stores and things like that. And I live mainly in sportswear and jumpers and zippies and hoodies because of the gym, and that's it. Yeah. And if I have to dress up, my missus dresses me. So don't get me wrong, I'm there as a bit of a fraud. But the reason why they like it is because now I'm just unashamedly me, and I'll take the piss out of them. And the organizers like it, but I know I'm one line away. Yeah, one line away, and it's going to go too far, right?
Yeah.
For example.
Here we go. What's he done?
One of the main guys, I'm going to say his name, I don't care, is Jagdish Sharma. I think it was Sharma, or it could have been something, his surname could have been something different, but it was definitely a Jagdish. But he's the head of this Bharat 24 news channel over in India, right? And he's been a guest. He's a big man ting. Like he's there with like this Miss India woman who was like part of the Miss India team, and she was absolutely stunning. And I mean, in a way that's like a picture, like like Deepika Ashwarya. When you look at them and go, God, you could just look at them. They're like, it's just too perfect. It's AI, you know.
But that's not creepy.
No, but he was there with them and a few others, a marketing woman, PR. But genuinely, I want to say this: he wasn't creepy. He was just a quiet sort of businessman who's used to being the main man and all that. And I had to call him up for something, and then after the set of awards, I said, "All right, you can go sit down now." And he just looked at me cold and just nodded. I went, "Do you want to take a seat?"
Yeah.
And he just,
who are you to tell me?
Yeah, it was like that.
Oh,
right? But
was it like that?
It was just a look. It was just a look at me like it was nothing. Actually,
sit where I want.
No look. It was.
Do you know like, who I am?
You know, but see, if do you know who I am? That would be disappointment look. But it's just like just looking through me. And then I just said it on the mic. I went, I don't think he likes me. Like, and the audience started laughing because they're all like, a lot of them are British Asian. They get it.
Yeah.
And I went, and then I'm going, do you like me? And I went, and he looked at me, and he just smiles to himself and looks down again. Yeah. And then he just puts his hand out, like, give me the mic. And I give him the mic. And he just starts doing a speech about the awards, about why we're here, right? which nobody was expecting, right? He just does a speech, right?
Yeah. Why did you give him the mic, Tommy?
Bruv, because he's the main man. Like he's no, bruv, come on.
Also, can I? What is it with Asian people? Was it themselves too seriously?
Was it scheduled for him to do a speech?
Yeah.
Well, sorry, no, go and sit your ass down, mate.
No, right. So, and then he made a comment, and he did a proper classic, because the only other person that made a double dig like this was Satinder Sartaaj. When I tried to do a Punjabi interview with him, and Satinder Sartaaj said at the end of the interview, I said, "Oh, Satinder ji, koi advice hai listeners ke liye, like kuch kehna hai?" Like trying to tutti-futti, trying to get my Punjabi out to say, what advice have you got to listeners? And he basically said, his last parting words on the interview was, if you're British and you're Asian, learn Punjabi properly. And then everyone went, that's like you. We got all these texts into the show. That's cussing you. And the same way. And this guy said something like,
go
on. He looked at me, he went, now I'm going to hand back over to the host, who I'm told is quite popular here.
Oh,
like, feeling like, I don't know why. I don't know why he's popular here. But but then he went out. But actually, he was sort of fine, but he was just minimal and a bit like just not getting.
I'm sorry. That's how I wanted to carry on. I'll be like, bruv, your clothes are shit.
But
Sorry, bruv, your clothes are shit.
But he's a big media honcho, and I'm like, if he liked me,
you're not going to get any gigs in India.
Yeah, that's it. That's me shut down in India. But this is where you must want to tell like white British people. You know, they go, oh, so what are you? You know, you're Indian. I go, no, look, meet this guy. This guy's Indian. Can you see Indian. Why now me?
Yeah.
We're nobody. We're stuck in the middle. That's why we're neither here nor there.
We are.
It's like we're playing the avatar of the Indian character.
We're never going to smash it on Mirchi FM, and we're never going to smash it on Capital Radio.
I mean, I know how a toilet door folds. He doesn't.
No, right, exactly. So we're not that. But and then obviously we're doing the. But by the way, I love the whole buzz around it, and a lot of people coming up, people listening to Brown Node, people seeing Colours TV and things like that. But there's people coming up all the time. So and obviously, backstage, I'm eating all the Indian food that's there, and even because I was quite. So I should point out on Saturday it was India Fashion Week in the day. Saturday night it was a big corporate dentist party which I was hosting. Met some tricks there. Punjabi hit squad with DJing, and So Solid crew. So it's like garage, hip hop, bhangra, R&B, all going down. But so then I'm eating all the food, and then on the Sunday, after I went out, I was battered, by the way, because I went to the club. I was in the club till 3:00 in the morning. Like, when am I ever in the club until 3:00 in the morning? And I'd been at this India Fashion Week all day and a day, left there at 9:00, went running over to the club, got to the club for like 10:00, then was hosting stuff. And then they gave me the mic and they went, like, stay on the stage and just keep things hyping up. So while the guys are, and I know, but I don't like,
You're not a hype man, Tommy. You're not hype man.
And I don't like talking over songs. We don't do that in radio. And that's not how I work. So, but I was going like, hands in the air. Who's ready to have a good time? I became that guy.
Oh.
But then I started just throwing my own line.
MC Sandhu, give me an S, give me an A, give me an N.
And then I was
glad you're not an MC kid.
Later on, I was going like, oh yeah, we're gonna have So Solid crew in here in the place in a minute. 2 multiplied by 10 plus 1. Get your teeth done, because it was a dentist thing. So
oh my god!
Oh my god! Hang on a minute. Why did they get you to be the hype man? Like, that doesn't make sense.
Dentist convention.
Hang on a minute. That's a DJ's job.
Right, exactly. And the DJ, who was their in-house DJ, right? DJ Xavier, who was really good, by the way, he would get on the mic, and when he would hype it, he would sound like the real deal. I look like an uncle. I sound like an uncle. I want to do jokes that are probably uncle jokes. It was a weekend of misfits, man. I should not have been there. I shouldn't have been allowed.
Should not have been there. Tommy, that's in 1 week. Then last week, you went to a big club twice.
Oh yeah, because we
went out. Yeah.
Okay, that's perfect timing, Satch, because you after the podcast last week, we went to Ministry of Sound.
Yeah.
And I thought you were going to DJ about sort of 11, half 11, because we had to whiz off the podcast and get there.
Yeah.
And then in the end, because they got 2 rooms, they were filtering people into you were the main DJ.
Yeah.
But that didn't get going. They were going to open that about 12:15, something like that.
Yeah, about 12, 12:15. Yeah.
And we got there for like 11. So me, you, and the club promoter and Prash, who's a good friend of ours, we're all having a bit of a chit chat. But by the time, basically, we stood behind the decks at Ministry of Sound. I had a chat for an hour with Prash and Satch. And I was like, this has been lovely. And then Satch was about to DJ, and I went, Satch, do you mind if I just go now? Like I've had a good night, like just chatting with you lot. And then
he left before even played the song, Gedge. He was gone.
So we walked into the club, stood there for an hour and a half, chatted. And I went, yeah, lovely. And that was it. That was perfect. So for me to be at this other club till 3:00 in the morning was ridiculous.
And it was funny, Tommy, because literally you went out the door. I saw you leave and they opened the main doors.
Yeah, no, I knew.
Literally within 2 minutes, it was
flooded.
Heaving. You couldn't move in there.
Because people outside, I saw them all waiting to get into the main room because they were in the kind of lobby bar.
Other room. Yeah.
So I can believe it. But then I was like, but for me, perfect night. So when then I'm all of a sudden at this club on Saturday, Punjabi Hit Squad, it was lovely to see them, actually, really lovely to catch up with them and talk radio and talk other stuff as well and reminisce. Mets and Tricks. I was quoting all my Tricks lines to Tricks, like 2K1 bubble R, UK1 bubble R, UK1
like Starship Trooper, Luke Skywalker, lightsaber.
Yeah, right. And he was loving it. So
Dipsy la la po.
And now I've met Romeo a few times. So Romeo's cool. He's got like the sickest voice, because it just comes 2 multiplied by 10 plus 1.
Plus 1, Romeo done.
And but Lisa Mafia was on stage as well.
Oh, right? Lisa Mafia, what a legend.
Great. She reminds me of girls in my family, because at one point she got on the mic in between the songs. She sort of leant over like bent over a little bit, put her hands on her knees and her thighs, like tired. Yeah. She goes, listen, yeah, can I just say, I'm effing tired, you know?
Yeah, she's South London.
She goes, this is my 4th gig and I've got 2 gigs tomorrow. But the crowd are like 22, 23, 24, 25. So they all just look at her. Then she goes, run the next track, DJ. She turns around and I'm cracking up. And I went, you're too honest. I said, they don't know what to do with that information. She goes, I'm tired, you know? I'm tired. And I'm like,
let me get on with it. It was
funny. But so then I was in that club till 3 o'clock in the morning. I get back to my hotel in Hammersmith because I'm doing the National Asian Wedding Show run by the same people that run the Fashion Week India. So I'm doing that at 10 o'clock in the morning. So I go to bed at 5 and I'm up back on the catwalk bit at 10:30 introducing catwalk shows.
Well done.
Now I'm feeling, and by the way, I got a late night pizza delivered to myself 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, naughty!
Right, yeah,
that is very naughty.
That was, and I didn't have one drink, no drinks over the weekend, so I just was exhausted. Had that pizza, like a dirty meat pizza. So I'm there, and then for lunch.
4 in the morning.
Yeah, and then for lunch in the event, this is all relevant for my next bit of the story, right? For lunch, I'm having chicken tikka, rice, poppadoms, and all the stuff that they've laid on backstage. So my tummy's a bit all over the place. Now, people, when I walk around, particularly at the National Asian Wedding Show, people are coming up to me. They're people that are getting married. Their mums and dads are my age, you know? Like, oh, we're just doing the radio. Oh, we listened to you growing up. Oh, we were 15 years old. You give us a shout out and now we're getting married. I'm like, oh my God. Like, you know, like all that kind of stuff. It was lovely. So basically, when I needed a bit of time alone, I'd just go and sit somewhere on my own. So I went and sat in the corner on my own. I ain't gonna lie. I was doing Stinky Bud, right? I did a couple of Stinky Bud. I could feel like maybe there was
I can imagine the state your stomach must have been in.
And then the organizer's wife, right, walked over to me. Okay. Now,
did you guff on her?
No,
the guff was still lying around.
Bro, I just done it. I just done the guff, right? So I just done it. Then I see her coming over. So I got up to walk.
I love the word guff. So old school, isn't it?
Guff is a great word. But that's why I like Shagufta. Whenever I hear Shagufta, the name, I'm like, she just fired. Right? Anyway, so I'm there and I see her coming over. I go, oh crap, like she's gonna want to go through details and stuff. So I get up to walk towards her. She goes, no. She puts her hand up. Sit down, like relax.
No, let me come into your order.
And I'm like, you know, like in slow motion, I'm going, no.
You're going to smell the meat pizza.
Right. Right. And she got that. And then I'll never forget it. Like, she basically, we're doing the cue cards to the event. She goes, I'll hear the notes for the next.
What? The poo card? The poo card?
The poo card.
But as she said it, she slowed down her words like it had attacked her nervous system.
Oh, right? Bang. She got it.
She goes
back in the throat.
She goes, and she just looked confused. That's the only way I can describe it. And I, out of sheer beastie, and because I was tired, I didn't confront it. I didn't make a joke of it. I was late to deal with it. I didn't deal with it. I'll tell you now. So I know she would have gone away and gone, I like him as a host and he's a funny guy or whatever, but my God, he stinks. And I'm like, no, look, it was that one time. It was that one time that was like that.
I feel so, you know, because we've smelt your farts. I can feel that flavor in the back of my throat as you're describing it.
You fart way more than me. You fart way more than
Kedge is like giving it like as if he's a connoisseur or something. Oh, I've had plenty of these before. It's like Rick Stein eating an oyster. Tommy Sandy fart.
I'm getting Punjab.
Very rustic.
Vintage Punjab.
Very rustic.
Yeah, it's nice, dangerous on the palate. But anyway, so there was just like, but it was things like that. You're like, this is the problem. Like you can't really get away when you're a host. You know, you're just there and exposed. And then to top that off, I then sorry to be crude. I'm not being crude. I'm just sharing what it's like sort of being. I'm not famous, but I'm sort of I'm known, right? I'm particularly in those Asian scenes. I'm going to be known by some people. And this girl who I just briefly spoke to the day before, while I was going to the toilet,
oh my God,
to the toilet, she comes running over. She goes, Tommy, and I heard her call my name, but I blanked it and I carried on walking because I thought I'm going toilet, right? I'm pretend like I didn't hear that.
Didn't hear that one, yeah.
Then she goes, Tommy, and I'm now at the toilet door, and I turn around, I go,
Turtle power.
She goes, I didn't realize you're Tommy Sandu. She goes, I told my friend about you. She's a massive fan. Can you do her a video? And I point at the toilet sign. I'm like, well,
yeah,
I'm kind of on my way here now.
Got a situation to handle.
I said, I'm going to sit down. Do you want me to record it there? She's like, oh, no, that's what I mean. But, you know, if I saw someone walking towards the toilet door, I just go, Tommy, oh, sorry, no, don't worry. I'll catch you in a bit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the amount of times at Talk Sport, the amount of times I see footballers and, you know, Aaron Lennon, Jermaine Defoe, all in the toilet. I'm dying to speak to these guys or take a photo. What am I supposed to do? Oh, can we have a little selfie at the cubicle, please?
No.
Do you know what I mean? You got to give them a bit of respect.
Right. I remember we went to some.
No, Kedge, you're that guy though. You would be that guy. You'd be that guy in the urinal taking a selfie with next man.
No, you couldn't do that. There's so many famous people I've met in the toilet, and you're just like, I'm dying to speak to them, but you're like, no, that's their moment.
Exactly.
Simon Jordan, always in the toilet. I'm dying to speak to Simon Jordan, but he's always in the last thing he wants to do, you know, while he's opening his zip, is like having to deal with Kedge as well. It's not on.
He doesn't need that.
I mean, it's hard enough dealing with Kedge without, you know, worrying about your zip.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, so it was a long, crazy.
And hold on, you didn't address the big one that you bumped into our friend.
Oh, that was in the club. So in the club in between those two Indie Fashion Weeks and the National Asian Wedding Show, there was the club night for the Smile Dentist Academy. Lovely people, wicked crowd, by the way. They brought out the whole bar and the whole club. It was just wicked party. And then it hit about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm thinking, man, I got to be up in a few hours. Like, when's this going to wrap, really? When am I here till? But it was going off. The kids were partying. Because like you said, Satch, your room opened at 12. These kids got going at 11:30, 12. You know, and then they were raving till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
It was the same with this wedding. People got going late, and then, you know, destination weddings, there's no end time. So, like, you know, it ends when it ends, and then you've still got to be up at 8 o'clock to do the next stuff the next morning for whatever you got to do.
It just hurt. Your eyes are streaming, all that. But anyway,
that's why my eyes are closed right now.
Yeah, yes, they are. I'm glad you admitted it. So I'm here, but you're not. Then about 1:30 in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning or so. So, you know, Punjabi Hit Squad have gone now. Mets and Tricks have gone now. So Solid have gone now, and it's kind of coming towards the end of the night. The promoter, the manager of the club, Prash, the guy that we know from Desi Beats, the club night, he goes, "Oh, I got a little surprise for you. Do you want to come around here?" Oh, what's going on here?
Nice,
right? So we walk around the club to this kind of quiet area of the club into a booth, and he goes, "Say hello," and I look up and I went, "Hello, mate." I just put my hand out, and then because of the lights I couldn't see. And it was Divine, the rapper, Gully Gang. And my mouth was like, because obviously we've been a part of that. We've seen that Gully story go from day dot. Right?
Yeah. So did the organizer's wife saw your Gully story, mate.
It's not the Gully story. They're like, can you smell what the Sandu is cooking? Yeah, we can. Then, and he was in the booth, and there was like a manager person or someone stood there, and Prash and me. That was it. So we just catch up, and I went, "Oh, how are you?" And by the way, can I just say, Divine is lean. He looks
good.
He looks different, doesn't he?
Like his jawline was different, and I kept touching his arms and his butt. I went, "What have you done?" I said, "You've been working out. Like you look like a different version of him." And it was only because of the voice that, "Yo, bro, you know how they are, that kind of way."
Yeah, laid back.
So good to see you. And he just kept saying, "How's your wife? How's the kids? How's everybody? I'd love to see you. Can we get together for dinner? Can we do this? Can we, you know?" He goes, "But I'm only here for 2 days." I said, "How come you're here?" I think I can say this now. He goes, "I'm filming a video." So he was filming that, but he's gone now. Is it Tuesday? Yeah, it's Tuesday today.
Yeah, Tuesday, yeah.
So that was Saturday night. And he goes, "I'm going on Tuesday. Can you do dinner on Monday night?" And I just couldn't. But then, but he goes, "I'm going." But he goes, I flew over just to see Nas. Nas was doing a concert.
Oh yeah, because Nas was in town. Yeah.
So he goes, "I'm came to see Nas." So this is like the circles. He goes, "I came to see Nas." He goes, "And I'm filming something, and then I'm going to chip back." But he was so giving, and again, in front of Prash and in front of this other person that was there, he was going, "You know, Tommy got me onto." No, he goes, "Tommy and Kedge and all of the boys at the breakfast show, they all supported me." I said, "Stop." I said, "We didn't." And I don't like that line. And I've never liked support. You know, people say to me, "We're going to come out and support your comedy." I go, no, don't. Just come and enjoy it. I don't need support. I don't want charity. I want you to come and laugh. And I went, and I said to Divine, I said, "We didn't support you. We just loved Many Gully Met." Right? When it goes, and that way it just starts, and then the beat drops. We all just went, "That's amazing. That sounds amazing. So I went, that's what I said, you're good. I said, so I'm glad we got to be a part of that. I said, I'm riding your coattails, baby. But he was lovely, and it was really lovely to see him. And it was just, look,
I still watch the other day. I still watch The Fire in the Booth with him and Charlie Sloth. It's brilliant.
About that. And also the Festa Skank. I'd argue
the Festa Skank. I still got it on my phone, that video.
Yeah, that video, because
brilliant.
And I said, we played that down the line to you. You were in Mumbai, and you rapped over Festa Skank because it just came out. And then who's the guy that made that song?
Lethal Beef.
Lethal Bizzle, yeah. He reshared it. And
do you remember we were out together that day, Tommy?
Yeah, and I saw his comment, and his Lethal Bizzle's comment was, I don't know what he's saying, but it sounds like flame, 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 fire, fire, fire. Meaning, I love it. So, and it was just amazing. And we were just, a quick little wrap at that. And then I was like, right, I better go wrap this night up and go home because I got to get up. So that was it. It was a brief little chat. But anyway, he sends his love and all that. So
that sounds like a mad weekend. Then. So you were hosting all sorts of stuff.
Can I just say, on Monday, I was the most tired I have ever been in my life. My everything.
Yeah, let's not even get into that, Tommy.
It was horrible.
Let's not even get into that.
I'm feeling like that now. Anyway,
I'm feeling exactly like that. So you were hosting London Fashion Week, meeting up with celebrities and our friends from Mumbai and stuff like that. I was in Thailand, playing a massive wedding. Kedge, what did you do?
I was out in Watford with my dad. All right, don't get too excited.
And everyone switched the book
on. Were you out with your dad? Were you like
no? Basically, it was Gladiator 2 weekend, wasn't it? So me and my dad, we are the cinema buddies. We love that, and so we had basically planned a little date night for us two. And I said to Dad, you know what? It's Gladiator 2. We got to go big.
Do you just do film, or do you do a meal in a film?
Sometimes we do a meal. Sometimes we just do the thing.
What's your like little go-to meal if it is a meal involved?
Oh, so normally we just stop off at Sacconi's, get some crispy bhajia and pretty much beer and just some basic pav bhaji, and then that's it. We're on our way. Because you don't want to fill up too much because you want popcorn.
I could not do an Indian and then go in the cinema.
Oh, it's beautiful because then it just adds to the three-dimensional effects of everything. So we went and then we thought, you know what? I said, Dad, if we're going to go and watch Gladiator 2, it's got to be like a big cinema. So obviously Watford's got an IMAX. I thought, forget the IMAX. Let's go Screen X. And I've never done.
What's that?
I've never done Screen X.
Is that the vibrating chairs and the smell of vision and?
No. I was only out with my dad. Basically, it's Screen X is like a massive screen, so it looks like an IMAX. Then you've got two screens on the side.
Oh, so it's like one of those fancy monitors at home that where it extends out, basically.
Yes, so you're in it. So basically, the side walls of the cinema are screens.
So it's like the nearest thing to the Sphere in Vegas.
I guess so. Yeah,
all around you. The vision is all
around you. Yeah, and it was like I was blown away by that. Like it's slightly expensive the tickets for it, but
how much?
I think about 18, 19 quid.
Not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad for an experience.
Four of you going, all of a sudden it's 80 quid for a film.
No. Oh yeah, and popcorn and all that.
Snacks and bhajia and bail and
exactly. Bhajia bail. Yeah, he's right. He's right.
Who has all of that before you go to a cinema? I've never done that before. Tommy, have you?
That's how you roll.
No, not those kind of snacks. But sorry, I need to know. Gladiator. Can we just go through the things we watched? So
things we watched. Well, I think it's not Gladiator 1, but it's brilliant. It is brilliant.
It's Gladiator 2. Gladiator 2, mate.
It's Gladiator 2. Right. The story the opening sequence is incredible. If you'll appreciate it so much, especially if you have seen part 1.
Should we do a little refresher on Gladiator 1 before we go? Is there no relevance?
Well, it's not really. It's not really that relevant. I mean, because if you remember, all you need to know is at the end of Gladiator 1, the son and the daughter, his wife, walk away into the horizon. So obviously, it's going to be based on his son.
Right. Okay.
Right. That's all you really need to know. But Denzel steals the show.
The guy is the best.
Shows why you still need to be a proper actor, and you can't just be an influencer type person.
No.
He's the real deal.
Yeah, real the prowess and actually, you know what? I'm going to say it because you can't sort of say this in certain quarters because hanging around, there's a lot of people that younger people that they'll get offended by this. But Paul Mescal, who everyone gets really excited about and everything, he is the it guy that all the youngies are loving at the moment. Who plays the gladiator role?
Right.
He's just not strong enough, mate.
Oh, really?
He just hasn't got the gravitas of when Who's our boy? The original one?
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe. When he spoke, I was waiting for a proper moment where he's speaking and you think, oh, this is, you know what I mean? Like, that's like you want a coach who's going to give you a team talk, isn't it? That's what The Gladiator was. This was literally like Ryan Mason, like, you know, the stand-in coach at Tottenham giving the team talk before the FA Cup final. It was pathetic. Honestly, I didn't think he was strong enough, but the acting is brilliant. The one thing that really annoyed me is that there was an Indian character in there.
Oh.
Who turns out to be Gladiator's friend who helps him a little bit. One Indian character. His name was Ravi.
Yeah.
Not played by an Indian, though. Brilliant.
Oh.
Well played. Well played Ridley Saab. Well, I don't know, but he just wasn't Indian.
Okay, interesting.
Was he very distinct? Was he, I don't know, was it a role that maybe there wasn't an Indian that could...
No, because he said he was from like the Asia side and stuff like that.
But he wasn't an Asian.
No, and the actual person wasn't an Indian. If you know what I mean.
That's a bit weird, isn't it?
I know. It really upset me because I waited the whole.
Just so I know, was that was the guy who played a gladiator? Was he actually a gladiator in real life, or was he just acting as a gladiator?
Ravi is the guy's name in the film was Ravi. Yeah, was played by a Swedish actor, Alexander.
So what's your problem with that? Why can't he? So that means
we got one opportunity to put one Desi Pendu in a massive blockbuster film, and you played it by some Gora.
Kedge wanted Salman Khan in there.
Yeah,
but give that chance.
Dev Patel played David Copperfield.
Dev Patel can piss off. We are getting no film after you did that stupid Monkey Man film. We can do one, mate.
No, there is many a young Asian aspiring actor who could have played that role. Do you know what I mean? They just need.
Do you know what? Riz Ahmed would have been good for that.
Yeah, anybody. It was not that small. Like he was a former gladiator from Varanasi and all of this kind of stuff. So you know he was a proper desi, and I was like, he's played by some Swedish fella called Alexander. Yeah, bro, that vexed me. Ridley Boy. You know we love Ridley Scott.
How old was the character in the film? Could I play him? Could one of us have three have played him?
Tommy could have done it. You could have done
it. See, ex wrestler from Varanasi.
Yeah,
definitely.
You could have done it.
Brilliant.
But anyway, so that was my only little beef with Gladiator. Other than that, brilliant film. Go and watch it. It's banging. IMAX it.
I do want to watch it. I do want to watch it. But do you know what? I think I'm all filmed out at the moment because obviously this flight to flipping Thailand was never ending. So I caught up on so many films, guys. I had to write a list of what I watched because I was like, I'm gonna forget about it. So the first thing I watched, Deadpool versus Wolverine. Great film. Such a good film.
Was it?
Really good. Yeah, it was good. It was good. I mean, the story was a bit weak, but I think it's just.
I like that. There's enough one-liners in there.
Yeah, it's just very clever humor. I liked it. The other thing I watched was another film by what was his name? Guy Ritchie, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Brilliant. Have you seen that, boys?
Mentioned on the podcast when I first saw it. It's absolutely brilliant.
Tommy, you should watch that. You like it. It's
true
like
story.
True story. World War II. Churchill's basically in it, a character playing Churchill. And it's just a good film. Guy Ritchie does films well.
Yeah, and that's how the MI5 was created. That's how the MI5 was created.
And the other thing I saw, obviously, animated thing, Despicable Me 4, only because I've seen the other three, and it was good. But speaking of animated films, everyone's banging on about Inside Out.
Yeah.
The cartoon film.
I don't get it. I watched about 20 minutes of the first one and 20 minutes of the second one.
Such is really good.
This is the biggest pile of shit I've seen in my. What is this?
You know what, Satch? I'm absolutely with you. The first time I watched Inside Out 1, I was tired. I was nodding on and off, and I was like, "What?" I didn't know what that was. The same with about that Soul Man. Do you remember that Soul?
Soul. Pixar Soul.
And I was like, yeah, Pixar Soul.
Pixar Soul, yeah.
Right. And that one, and I was like, what? I just didn't get. And then I watched it again, like not tired. And I remember I fell asleep in Up as well. And I remember thinking Up for years. No, not Up. Toy Story 1. I remember thinking Toy Story 1 was crap. And then I remember thinking when I first watched it because I was tired. And then you rewatched it like a year or so later, and I went, this is brilliant. So I think with Inside Out, you were probably 4 films deep. No,
I wasn't. It was one of the early ones on the way there. And honestly, I watched it and I thought, what is this? This is a waste of time. Yeah. It was all a bit too like
emotions and feelings.
Yeah, and I don't think that's.
You don't have emotions or feelings.
No, it's not that. I think it's just like, why are you trying to teach someone that? It's a bit weird, isn't it? It's like you're being forced to feel a certain way.
Yeah.
I just didn't get the film. And then I think there's probably more films that I thought were rubbish than good ones.
Surprise.
The remake of White Man Can't Jump. Have you seen that?
Yeah,
No,
I watched a bit of it.
Awful. And I watched all of it because I was dozing off halfway through, so I just left it on with the headphones in. I was doing that every 5 minutes, so I got through the end of that. It's crap. Fall Guy with what's his face?
Yeah, with Ryan Reynolds. Not Ryan Reynolds.
No, Ryan Gosling.
Gosling.
Terrible film.
Yeah.
Looks
really bad. And then I went to the Bollywood section, boys.
Oh God.
Because people always like, you got to watch, you got to watch this film, you got to watch that film.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd give it a chance. Rocky or Rami's Prem Kahani or whatever.
Rocky or Rani.
Rocky rammed his Prem up her Kahani.
Honestly, I watched it for an hour, dozing off. I was like, what? What is this? I got so angry. Honestly,
people love that film. People have likened that to the newer modern version of Kuch Kuch Hota Hai and all that.
No, don't be silly. You cannot compare that.
Must not do that.
People are obsessed with that Rocky or Rani film. I've not seen it.
And people are raving and they say, "Oh no, you should watch that film. When you're on a plane, watch that film." Honestly, it was terrible. Ranveer Singh is probably one of the worst actors I've seen in my life. Awful. Just don't do that. Just don't do that. And the other thing,
there goes our chances to get on the podcast.
No, he ain't coming on. And the other thing was, then I thought, all right, Shah Rukh Khan, we have to watch a film of his because
Yeah. What do you watch?
I put Pathan on. It lasted 10 minutes. It went off. I was like, that.
Why would you want to put that nonsense on?
I don't know, but do you know what? I always feel like people always say to me, "Oh no, but you don't give it a chance." Well, I did give it a chance. I was on the plane, so I watched as much as I could.
I can tell you, us three now are so far away from watching the likes of Pathan and Rocky and Rani and all of this nonsense. Like, we are just not there anymore.
Then there was something called Jawan.
Rubbish.
Satch's review is I put on and then I put off.
Honestly, it was honestly, and that was a record for me. 10 minutes and it went off. I was like, I've refused to watch this crap. Honestly.
Fair enough.
And what was the other one? You said Jagadi what?
Jawan, Pathan. They all look the same. It's Shah Rukh Khan.
Pathan, not Pathan.
Jawan, Pathan, Shah Rukh Khan was on both of them.
Chicken on.
Things you learn. Let's go.
Right. Okay.
What's everyone got?
Things.
Shall I go first?
I'll go first because I'll be honest. I'm not 100% confident on my one, and it was because again I've just been on the move the whole weekend. And the one thing I just saw was because it came up as actual news story, which is all the rawaz in Germany at the moment, is you can now get sausages in a vending machine. So any time of day or night, you can get a sausage. But there's a new vending machine craze. This is what's going on in Germany. So it's not just about the sausages, because obviously Germans are known for their bratwurst and their sausages and all that. But they're going, now you can go via vending machines. So for people late at night, and you can always get eggs, bread, milk, essential stuff, go back, make a little sandwich, make a little piece. And I'm like, that's such a I don't know why that's not more readily available everywhere. I would totally love a little cheeky brekkie out of a vending machine. But sausage in a vending machine, I know it sounds nasty, but I was like, things I learned. Food movements that are going on in Germany. That's what I learned about.
Love it.
Okay.
My story is kind of food related, but it's also a bit morbid. And it's about Pringles. The inventor of the Pringles can. He's buried in one.
He's buried in a tube.
Yeah. So his ashes
are not very big.
His ashes are in a Pringles can, and they've buried that. And I thought,
well, no, that's
why not? Why not?
Yeah, that's how I'd go for.
What flavor one?
It was just the original red one because I've seen a picture of it. Right. But then it made me think, and I was just like, what item would I want to be buried in? Like, what's the one thing that it is quite a bit of a weird thing to think about? And I was just like,
in a deck.
I don't know. I thought that. I was like, it might be.
Case.
Yeah, maybe. I think maybe a deck, some sort of deck or headphones or something. Go on, Kedge. What do you think?
What would I be buried in?
Yeah, what item?
A dildo.
Why?
Just take out the batteries, put you in there.
Still be useful. Probably more useful. More useful dead than I was alive.
That way, people will go, God, where's that knob buried? Oh, he's over there.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
Go on, Tommy. What do you think? I think Tommy could be in a microphone. Tommy could be in a microphone.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, exactly. But exactly, or a speaker. Little speaker. That'd be something just known for the noise, something like that.
It's funny though, because I thought of that. I was like, mine and Tommy's would be quite
obvious,
quite easy. Yeah, and then I thought about Kedge, and I was like, I wouldn't have a clue what I'd bury him in.
Yeah. Oh,
Go on, Kedge.
Come back to us. Come back to us.
Yeah, maybe
Kedge.
PlayStation controller. Anyway, right.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I didn't know you were 15 years old, but okay.
Yeah.
The alphabet, as we all know, begins with the letter A, but the first drive on a reasonably up-to-date Windows computer is labeled C. So why do Windows label their drive C drive? Now, this is really interesting because obviously, the C programming language is really important, and that's what Windows is written in. But that's not the reason why they use the C drive.
Tommy looks so confused. Look at his face.
No, Tommy's sticking me.
The C programming language. I don't know.
He's lost already.
Do you know?
So Windows is written in the C programming language. So if you know a little bit about IT.
He doesn't even know what that means. You've lost him there.
Okay, I've lost it. Anyway, that's by the by, but the computer nerds will know that. But anyway, let me go back to this. So why is this the drive that the first drive on a reasonably up-to-date Windows laptop is a C drive? Because you would have thought it would have been A drive. Now, I can tell you why it's not that. So in the early days of Windows computers, they permanently installed data carriers, i.e. hard drives or SSDs, which were not that common. So instead, floppy disks were used as the primary storage, right? Which is, Tommy would know this, the 5.2-inch one or the 3.5-inch sizes. Yep. So the first floppy drive in a Windows computer had the drive layer A.
Yes.
And then the second drive layer was B. So when the first built-in hard disk arrived, Microsoft labeled it C.
Makes sense.
That's why we've got the C drive. A and B have disappeared now. No need for them, but the C drive continues, and that's why it's always known as the C drive.
Do you know when you're going to get the D, Kedge?
Yeah, D exists.
Still waiting.
Yeah, because if you've got multiple hard drives, then it could be a D, isn't it?
Yeah, it can be. Yeah. It can be D, E, and then it moves on. Yeah,
it moves on. Yeah.
You know the Samsung chargers when they're USB-C.
Yeah.
What's that? Is that anything to do with that?
Now that we'll have to dig into that next week.
Okay, there you go.
Also, I had one question for Saj, and maybe you as well, Tommy.
Oh, look.
Maybe you can do a bit of research, and give me the answer to it next week. Who was the first person in a club, maybe DJing, who said, "Put your hands up in the air"?
Oh, I think I know that. I've heard that.
Because I don't know the answer, but I'm intrigued. Because what a moment!
So I will. Can I add to that?
You don't have to answer today.
No, I'm not gonna answer that. But I'm gonna put a little spin on this. Yeah. The guy who taught me how to DJ back in the day, he was 3 years older than me, and his name was Happy Man. I think I mentioned before, right? Haps swears to this day. He goes, Tommy, we started in the club. He goes, we started that. He goes, don't you remember? And I don't remember. And I went, no. And then he goes, we watched Fresh Prince, and he did it on the show. Then we went out and we did it. The crowd did it back. And he goes, and then it just started being around us all the time. So he swears that we invented ooh. I can't verify that, nor can I deny it, but I'll take it anyway. So hands up in the air, Oggy. Someone must have started that. Where did that come from?
Yeah, we've done that one. We've done that one already. Yeah.
So put your hands up in the air. Why? Why did someone say that? Okay. Well,
I tell you why you should put your hands up in the air, though, is for coming to see us on the 10th of December.
Thank you. Where?
Birmingham, Glee Club.
Glee Club Birmingham. We're doing a live podcast at the Glee. Tickets only £10, and you can get your tickets from. Actually, I found out you can go to tommysandu.co.uk, and it just redirects you to loveentertainment.co. So if you forget the website, tommysandu.co.uk, but there is no website on that. We just got the domain name, but it redirects it to loveentertainment.co.uk, where you can see there's loads of shows, and one of those will be Brownload Live. So look up or just Google Brownload Live Glee Club and it'll come up. So it's Tuesday 10th, and it's just show starts at 7:15, and it'll be 6:15.
No, 6:15,
and it's done by 7:15, 7:20, 7:25, because then we're doing Bollywood Time Machine in the same venue straight after. So you can buy both tickets for £25, or you can just come to the podcast for a tenner.
And you tease us a bit, Tommy, today, because you said Singers Kedge brought a guest to the London one. You've lined up a guest for the Birmingham one.
I have indeed.
Are you not telling us who it is?
I am still confirming them because I'm speaking to their management.
Oh wow! So it's a proper guest,
right? And I'm
Ked, you hearing this? Management.
Yes, and the management are going to get back to me as to availability and all that. But if not, there's a couple. Look, it's Birmingham, so there's loads of potential guests that we could get on, artists, people from that area. We could take it a number of ways, but yeah, somebody will be on to create a bit of fun, a bit like we had Harps on, a bit like we've had other guests on coming to the podcast and just kind of come and bring their own little vibe to things for a live one. Little special treat.
I'm looking forward to Birmingham because it's the first time we've really gone outside of London, isn't it? Everything we've ever done has always been London based. It should be good.
It'd be good. Get your tickets. Go do it right now because it will sell out. It's only 100.
And I think we should put a link. We'll put a link on our Instagram. So it'll be in the store, the link in bio.
So by the time this episode's up, you'll be able to see how to get your tickets. Just a couple of weeks away, and we will see you there. Right. Until next week, boys. Thanks a lot. Laters.